Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the UnderSide-Podcast. Today is episode 2 of... I don't even know how many episodes are going to be on this season. I don't know. It depends on how many people we have on the podcast in the future, and we'll make a different season of everybody. You know what I mean? Make sure to like, subscribe, post notifications on so you don't miss another episode or season. And let's hop right into it. Today, we're actually going to experience the unexperienced. I don't know. I was trying to do something cool right there. Experience, like, your guys are going to experience stories about paranormal activity.
You could have just said that.
Yeah, I know.
You could have just said that. It'd have been a lot more simple.
Yeah.
We're going to experience the unexperienced.
I need to put that on a shirt. Basically, you're going to learn about our paranormal experiences in our life.
Can I bring up the graveyard thing I did?
What graveyard thing did you do?
Sure.
I don't care.
Okay.
Anyways, oh look, you saw my eyes. Yeah, I like your new fit, by the way. I got glasses. Got the
I just
drip.
look like Redneck. I got the barbed wire match.
I got so many right here.
I got 3 tattoos all together.
And one right here.
I'm about I think I'm gonna save up a little bit from each check. That way I can get my sleeve done.
That'd be dope.
You've already seen it.
Yeah, I think I have.
It's the wolf one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Basically, yeah, just enjoy the stories, then we'll hop into a new topic after that. Just enjoy the story. Let's start off with you. Like, what's the first ever experience you've had?
The first one I ever had?
Yeah.
Okay. There's this, little, I guess you call trailer park. It was called Seven Pines at the time. But we named it the Devil's Playground. The reason why we named it that is because while we were living there when I was a little bitty kid, I think I was 5 years old, if that. And me and my younger brothers were sitting there and we're watching TV. And our grandmother was watching us, and she was calling my dad, and I overheard her say, "There's a lady in white spinning in front of the fence." And then she disappeared. Next thing you know, my grandmother's looking around for her and everything, and I'm following my grandmother around because I'm a little kid. I don't know what's going on. I'm just okay, she's just seeing things. And then my grandmother goes to the backyard and she sees that lady in white again, and she's spinning through the backyard. Then she disappears off because we had woods. We had woods in the backyard right after the fence. Well, a little bit later, this black mist started coming around. I really can't explain it. It was more like we always get terrified for no reason. That was when we started noticing, hey, something's really not right. And we weren't sleeping as well. We were constantly rolling. We were constantly fidgeting in our sleep. And we're mumbling. Little did we know that the land that we had the house on was actually in a demonic ritual. A lady was sacrificed there for a ritual that they were going on. And her body was in a well that was in the woods behind our house. And we did not know that. Because we had a shed in our backyard that had a rope hanging down, and we weren't really thinking too much about it. So we were my parents were tearing it down and throwing all the pieces of wood in a little burn pile and burning it. Well, apparently whatever they did pissed it off or whatever. So we started experiencing our worst fears. My brother's was a clown. I can't really remember mine, but I know my brother's was a clown, and my youngest brother's was something crawling. I can't remember exactly what it was that was crawling.
Dobby?
Dobby, not Dobby.
Master Dobby found a sock.
Right. But it was something crawling is all I remember him telling me about it. And next thing I knew, this black mist was coming out of the kitchen into the living room where we were at. Well, my youngest brother ended up going to the hospital. He had issues going on and my younger brother, which is my middle brother, he was with me. And my dad went to the restroom, and me and my brother were alone in the living room. We were just watching Dragon Ball. This is what my dad watched. We didn't know anything about it at the time. We were just, oh, cool, there's cartoons. That's literally what we thought it was at the time. And so we were watching it, and we were all getting along and everything like that at the time. And next thing I know, we see like a black mist come out of the kitchen, and it started coming towards us. Well, next thing we know, there's that same lady in white that my grandmother was talking about, and she was in front of us with her arms open, and she mumbled something, and the black mist went back into the kitchen and disappeared. I don't know where it went. Well, a couple months later, because it kept continuously happening, my grandmother called a Catholic priest. So the Catholic priest and his apprentice showed up to the house, and next thing we know, like, we were all sitting outside, and my dad was adamant on not leaving the house. So was my mom. But my grandmother's like, well, I'm taking the kids, and they're gonna come stay with me. So that's what she was planning to do. She was getting most of our clothes. Next thing we know, or I remember, is the apprentice is out of the house. He's already by his car. The actual priest runs out of the house, hits his knees, and throws up. Once he throws up, he goes, do not go back in that house. It's leave everything, just get out. It's not, whatever's in there is not happy you're here. And it's beyond evil. And around that time, my dad and my mom were like, no, we're going to stay in the house, da 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 da. But they were acting funny. They were fidgety. They were really, I don't know if you call it aggressive, but angry is more like it. They weren't happy the priests were there. And my mom ends up finally leaving the house, and my dad followed suit about a month and a half later. Well, little did we know that the house itself tore itself apart from the inside. Like, my dad recorded a video at the time, and you can see the sheetrock being ripped off the wall. Not falling off, being literally ripped off and thrown. It was creepy. Like, I will not go back to that property. Even though that house isn't sitting there anymore, I will never go back to that property because there is so much crap that has happened on that land. It's ridiculous. Like, the satanic rituals and everything like that that's happened on that land, nobody should be living on. Because of the fact that it is completely ruined. But that's around, like, the end of everything that I can remember.
Damn, that was some serious stuff. Damn, that was scary. Just imagine yourself being in like one of those houses. You would do dang, bro.
Scream and run.
Scream and run. Salt and burn. That's what my mom.
Salt and burn.
That's what my mom always says. My mom always says salt and burn. Because apparently salt keeps away like the spirits of that.
It keeps it out of certain areas.
Yeah. Basically, My story, I have like multiple. They all lead up to one though.
Same here.
Like, um,
I got a ton.
yeah. I'm just gonna say my one. Like, okay, so like, um, basically, I was little. Like, I was around like 7 or 8, and I fell asleep in my bed, and I woke up randomly because I heard something in like the living room, and then I heard something run down the hallway. And then like I went back to bed because I was scared at the time and I didn't want like nothing to get me because I was little at the time. You always think that something's gonna get you, whatever.
We used to scare the hell out of them with. We made up this character called Goober.
Oh no!
You know, like the peanut butter goober kind of crap. Yeah, we ended up making up a fucking monster like that because they always wanted to walk around at midnight. We were all tired, so we're like, man, you're gonna go walking out there and Goober's gonna get you. And they're like, who's Goober? So like they're so gullible at the time because we didn't want to go walking around at midnight. So we made it like, oh yeah, he lives in the dumpster over there. So one of us like sneak away and hide behind the dumpster. And when they walk up, we hit the dumpster, and like I have
that.
never heard a blood curdling scream like they let out. And
I
just
remember
ran.
that so like much. I remember that.
I feel like I scarred the hell out of you with that.
You did for a while, I think. It's been a while. Kind of over my fears now though.
Of
Back,
that.
yeah, back to my story. So then I went back to there was something running down the hallway, and I went back to sleep because I didn't want nothing to get me. I put the covers on my head. Woke up again because something called my name, and like I look over because my brother slept like right here, and I slept down here like on an angle, and then like we're like an L, I guess. He slept up here, I slept down here, and basically this thing was sitting on his pillow, and like I looked at it and it jumped on me like when I say jumped, like you can physically feel like the force it put on you when it jumped. um it was like a scary experience because like I've never experienced anything like that. And like I would go to my friend's house a lot of time and I'd see its shadow. It's a little kid, by the way. I'm not sure what it is or where it came from, but like it's a little kid. I saw its shadow and like in the dark and the moonlight shit's shadow. But yeah, it's very scary. Like it's just like imagine like I don't know what else it could happen. You know what I mean? Like damn.
Maybe you just wanted to play peekaboo.
Not with me. I'm not down for no spiritual peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Fuck, I can't speak. Hear about the new Johnny Depp case?
What, the one where she's sitting there saying that it was a teacup Yorkie that shit on his bed?
Yeah,
and
that
then
one.
Quotes different fucking movie
Mm-hmm.
verses.
Yeah, because she sits there and she basically is quoting every single movie that she remembers.
I will give props to whoever took the time
to remember verses from movies.
Well, not even remember, but to find the movies that she quoted.
Yeah.
Like, even the judge was just fed up with it.
And also, like, the attorney, Miss Heard's attorney.
She fired her whole...
Yeah, I would too, because they suck.
No, before the court case even started.
Oh.
She ended up getting new lawyers.
Oh. Well, that one dude was like, hearsay, I object, or whatever.
Or when freaking Johnny Depp busted out laughing because he knew it was all bullshit.
Yeah. He would say something, they would say, hearsay, I object. I don't even know, bro. Like, that was some dumb stuff that happened.
I mean, like,
she
how
basically
are you gonna...
accused herself of stuff.
Not only that, but how are you gonna accuse shitting on somebody's bed or their side of the bed
on a dog,
on a teacup Yorkie that the fucking shit is bigger than the dog?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking lie about it. The shit is bigger than the dog.
Yeah. So
you know it's bullshit. I mean, I've seen animals, like small animals, take a giant shit, but a teacup Yorkie, I mean, that will split that little dog in two. It would. You know it would.
Yeah, it would. Man, running out of topics here, man. Just like randomly just say Johnny Depp case, you know.
Well,
That came out of the blue.
I know that I got one more story about going to this abandoned house.
Oh, I have a story too about an abandoned house.
Oh, you're talking about that one over there in White House, the one that y'all used to sneak into.
No.
Oh, I'm talking about one that was over in Brownsboro, like that one. Oof. Okay, so you want to do your story first?
Yeah, I'll do my one short. So, me and my friends, I went over to my friend's house. Basically, we did some stuff, and then we had walked to. One second. We had walked to this one house. It was abandoned. It was an abandoned farmhouse. And then it was like far down the road. And then we walked and it was deep in the woods far down the road too. And then like deep in the woods. Like it was in a like curvy path. Basically, we went to it. I was thinking to myself that like there's gonna be something in here. And then literally I know. I walked in there, we all walked in there. We were out in 2 seconds after 2 seconds of getting there. Like the roof started bouncing, like there's someone up there like running. And then we ran out of the woods. Like I knew the whole path. I don't know how, but I knew the whole path. We were out of there.
Little did he know the homeless man found him.
It was probably a homeless man. I don't know what it was.
Been. I mean, shit, like that would not fucking surprise me none. I mean,
but that deep in the woods though, like I don't think
like if you have like no home or anything like that, you'll be very surprised on where people find to sleep.
Yeah.
But with my story, it was me, my ex-girlfriend, and 2 of our friends. One of her female friends and my buddy. And we're all sitting there. We're like, oh yeah, like let's go to this house. Da 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 da. Like, because it was supposed to be like, oh, like I don't believe it's really scary. I don't believe it's really paranormal or anything like that. Yeah, worst idea I ever fucking had. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, I was sitting there, and normally I don't get scared very easily. You can even ask him. I'm not easy to scare.
Mm-mm.
Like, you could try to scare me, I'm just gonna laugh at you. I mean, unless you just, like, fucking pop around a corner, I hate jump scares.
Yeah.
You jump scare me, I have a tendency to post up.
I'm not sure if there's a phobia for being scared. Like, I know scared is a phobia, but I'm me personally, I'm scared of being scared.
There's a spider above you. I'm not fucking with you.
Why? I have arachnophobia.
You thought I was fucking with you.
Yeah, you thought I was fucking with me.
No.
I have arachnophobia, and that is very scary. Don't rub it on me. Don't you do that. I'll pass out.
Scream and run.
Scream and run. Salt and burn. Yeah, but like I'm not sure if there's a fear of being scared because I'm like I'm always on point whenever I'm in my chair because my desk is pointing this way and the door is like behind me, so I'm always looking behind me, see if someone's there, like trying to scare me.
To see if there actually is a term for it, to be honest. But I know we started out in a graveyard at 3:00 in the morning because I barely got off work and I wanted to go see my grandmother, my great grandmother, and like I started getting an eerie feeling while I was there. Not like not like how I usually am when like the normal feeling when you go see your like the sadness or anything like that. I mean a actual like heavy evil presence. Well, my friends ended up dipping off somewhere. Like they were somewhere else in the graveyard, and I guess they were planning on leaving because when it comes to stuff like that, I pick it up really, really easily. but it doesn't scare me as much as it does anybody else. Now, the fucked up thing about it is that I'm sitting there and like I feel a burn go across my chest, and I feel a burn go straight down my back. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to make that scratch. Because after I got scratched those 2 times, I dipped. I was gone. I was done with it. It wasn't like, I can't say I was scared. I was more along the lines of, okay, there's something I can't see and it's scratching the hell out of me. It's time to go. So I bolted. I will admit I probably think that was the fastest I've ever ran in my life, because my friends were sitting at the entrance of the graveyard and I flew through the fence and I ran down the road. I ran 3 miles down the road before I even stopped. And they pull up in their car and everything, and they're like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" Da 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 da. Like trying to figure out why I bolted like that. So I turned around. I was like, "Man, check my back. Check my back." So I pull my shirt up, and they're like, "You got 3 scratches and like a certain area of your back, and I don't think you could reach that, especially like the way it was located. There's no way I can't make 3 scratches go in that certain area of my back straight down. My arms won't allow me to do that." And they're like, "Well, it's time to go." And I was like, "Yeah, it is definitely time to go."
Yeah.
So they were sitting there like, "Well, let's go stop by this like abandoned house." I was like, "Okay." Like, I'm down with it, but I mean, I'm gonna be. And I turned around and I straight up told them, I was like, "I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you. The moment I get touched or anything like that, I'm gone." I was like, "I'm leaving all of y'all behind. I don't care."
I'm having deja vu right now. I just thought the same thing in my head before you even said it.
Yeah, I mean, like...
No, I literally just thought everything you said was in my head.
That's because you're always in my mind. Get out of it.
That's some spiritual stuff. By the way, I looked up that phobia. It's called phobophobia, and it's the fear of having fear, and it is diagnosed by a doctor and can be treated. So I probably need to go get help.
No, so we ended up driving about 45 minutes out of my hometown to go to this house. Yeah, like, there was nothing really eerie about it walking up. I mean, I did not like the fucking, like, how far I had to walk to get to the house. It was a ridiculous walk. But when we got there, there's a little secret about how to know when a spirit or a demon or anything like that's around you, and that's when you smell fire.
Sulfur's fire, yeah.
Sulfur, fire, anything like that. And when we started walking up to the house, I started smelling a fire. Like, one that's just been lit. Like, it was still burning. So we all had flashlights, because it's like 3:45 at the time, 3:48, somewhere around in there. And I'm flashing the flashlight around. I can't find a fire at all. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so that's how it's going to be. And they're like, "Well, who's going to walk in the house first?" I was sitting there, I was like, "I don't know. We going to play rock, paper, scissors about it? Or what?" They're like, "I dare you to." Knowing my dumb ass at the time, I never turned down a dare. I never did. Until now. Now I will turn down a dare within a heartbeat. But I was sitting there and, like, I opened up the door. Nothing really particular. Like, floor was rotten, trash all over the place. Well, I started hearing something in the back room, because when you walk in, you have the living room on your left, you have a long hallway going straight down, and then you have the kitchen on the back left-hand side, then you have a bedroom, and then the master bedroom, which is right by the kitchen. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I don't know about this. I'm starting to hear shit in here. So I was like, okay, well, they're coming behind me. Or at least I thought they were. I'm in the house alone. I thought they were going to come in after me. So I go, and naturally I'm going to be curious because I'm trying to debunk shit right off the bat. I'm going to debunk whatever the hell sound that is, whether it's a rat, a raccoon, a cat. I don't know. I'm just going to find out, like, what is making the stepping sound. Well, the door to the kitchen was wide open. If I should have recorded it while I was in the house, but I was half lit. I was drinking that night, and I was sitting there and like I was still sober, but the last thing on my mind was to record it. But I remember the door to the kitchen was wide open, and the dining table was still there along with the chairs around it. And I walk into that room on the right across from the kitchen, and there was nothing in there. There was no trash. There was nothing. It was a completely empty room. So I hear multiple bangs from the kitchen. And I remember the chairs were on the ground the last time I looked at it. Because I have like a photographic memory when it comes to stuff I just see. So I go to where the kitchen was at, and the chairs are on the table stacked up. That's when that, oh shit.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh shit.
And I'm sitting there, I'm just like, well, the whole house got active when I saw that. And I mean, not just like, oh, you hear a little here and there. I'm talking about shit being thrown, doors opening and closing. You can hear like mild whispering. And I thought it was my friends. I thought they were in the room next door jacking with me. I look at the front door. I see all my friends still outside. That's when my heart sank. And I mean, it sank. I was like, okay, so I'm not alone in here. Well, the front door, as I'm trying to get out because I got scratched again, I go to run. Like, I told them, once I get touched, I'm out. I'm done. The door closed right as I was getting to it. And I'm a small guy. I'm not built very big. But I was in such an adrenaline rush to get out of there. I took the door down. Because it was an old beat up wooden door. It wasn't anything special like the metal doors. I would have went straight through a window then. But I was sitting there and I was like, okay, door just slammed, and I bolt past my friends. And I said, fuck this, I'm out. As I'm passing them.
Fuck this shit up now.
Right? But my girlfriend at the time grabbed me by my shirt. And I guess she was trying to keep up, but I mean, they left me outside, or they stayed outside while I was in the house. So I was repaying the favor. They left me in the house alone. I'm a just split. Like, I'm gone. I literally did not understand like what was slowing me down so much until I turned my head around and I was dragging her. But I literally got to the car in like 5 seconds flat. I did not care how far that drive-through was, or that driveway was. I didn't care like where the car was. I wasn't focused on any of that. My main focus was leaving that area as fast as possible. Like my heart rate was skyrocketed. I was panicking. I didn't know what was going on. I was sitting there and I was under the impression, because I even jumped on my friends' asses saying, "Hey, don't screw with me like that again, because it's not right." I mean, y'all had me tripping. They're like, "We've been outside the whole time," and they showed me a video of what they were experiencing outside. I was the only one in the house. And the most screwed up thing about it is I had literally 3 scratches across my throat, and then one going, I think it was from the top of the back of my neck all the way down to almost my hips. Almost, like, there was 3 scratch marks going straight down my spine, and I didn't feel it. I didn't know. All I felt was a burn. That's literally what I felt, was it burned. So I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I'm calling it. I'm done. I'm not staying here any longer. I'm not gonna put up with this shit. I'm out. We ended up getting to the car, and I start feeling the effects of, like, the scratch. It started burning more. So we all stopped once we got away from that area, and they pull my shirt up, and they're like, "This is the worst scratch you have. You're actually bleeding." And I was like, what do you mean? So they took a picture of it, and they showed me. That scratch mark was pretty bad, because there was blood steadily flowing out of it.
Damn. Damn. I have nothing to say to that. Wow, just, like, be careful if you're ever, like,
be careful in abandoned houses and taunting shit.
Yeah.
Because they were taunting whatever the hell it was outside. And I was the one that got lashed at.
Yeah, okay. So, guys, this is going to be the end of the podcast. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.